You're watching Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read. This week we're introducing Self-Realization by Mohinder Singh Cheema. Now this book actually comes in 2 volumes, and the edition that we're introducing today is the second volume, and the reason for that is that it encapsulates really what the entire work is all about. The book was self-published by Mohinder Singh Cheema, who is now deceased, who resided in the United Kingdom for many, many years and was a very successful man in trying to develop himself and people around him, not just members of his family, but people who came to listen to him lecture and learn and study from him. You'd be forgiven for thinking that this particular cover to cover is introducing one of those types of books that you might just want to switch off for immediately. But don't do that straight away. You see, this book is not just the airy-fairy thoughts of a free thinker. It's actually the gathered and collected thoughts of a person who was well versed in physics, in mathematics, as well as his personal study of the Guru Granth Sahib. Throughout his life, he had brought together most of these learnings and thoughts and started to put them down on paper. He actually lectured to students and adults who were his students for a number of years in West London and around the United Kingdom. I personally had the chance to listen to him lecture on a number of occasions, and he was a broadcaster at a radio station where I first worked over a decade ago now. So this book is not without a great deal of merit behind it, even if it is quite thin. The copy that we're looking at for the purpose of this review is a second edition, printed in 1996, and to hammer home that idea that this work has great merit to it and value, it contains a foreword by the principal of Guru Tegh Bahadur National College from Ludhiana, as well as numerous other individuals who contributed to it being published. So let's take a look at what you actually get in the book. As any of you familiar with self-published works will not be surprised to hear, this book is all about the subject matter. So there is very little extra work produced. There is a very, very short acknowledgement by the author to people who helped him produce this publication. There is then a foreword by the aforementioned principal of a college in Ludhiana, and there is then a preface from a charitable trust in Ludhiana that helped to bring this publication into being. And then it is all about the substance. There are 9 chapters, and this is a very, very highly digestible book. It is the kind of thing you can read and then read again and then read again and then read again some more, and still be trying to gather your thoughts on what the author is trying to express, still trying to get your head around what it is that he puts into words. The 9 chapters are then followed by 6 poems, or I think a better word for them might be free verse, which is really, really interesting too. If we take a look at the chapters, they are titled Existence, Success, Knowledge, The Bliss, Elixir (brackets Amrit), Ik Onkar, Bliss, Body Good, Meditation. It's not necessarily clear there that there is an obvious thread running through those that takes you on a journey from A to B, and that's exactly what Mohinder Singh Cheema as an educator was like, in my personal experience. In any case, he was somebody who tried to present and express the ideas that he had and the interpretations that he had in a way where you could take that material and not try to replicate it, but use it for your own benefit and your own purpose in the way that suited you best. And that's really what he tries to do in this particular work. If we take a look at some of the chapters, chapter 2 talking about success, he starts the chapter by saying, literally, what is success? And then goes on to try to elaborate, but then asks more questions than he actually provides answers. And that's what actually makes this such a fascinating read. For a work published in 1996 and self-published at that, this is very easy on the eye to read. The font and the layout is quite straightforward. There are no footnotes, there are no extra notes, there is no further reading. There are the odd diagrams, there's good use of italics and bold where necessary, but as I said already, because of the length of this book and the fact that it's quite easy to pick up in this soft cover, it's the kind of thing you can start reading again and then reading again and reading some more at any point in your life, just to try and challenge yourself. And it's one of those books that actually really does that. Combined with the first volume, it is all about challenging yourself to rethink and to consider the concepts of what the self is, who we are, what we're doing here, and how to further explore the self. But that's what I think of self-realization. We want to know what you think. So please leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to keep watching Cover to Cover, the naujawani guide to Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read.